a long weekend and I haven't wanted to film all day. An important note, I love making these videos, I love sewing, but for some reason, now it's like 7:30 and I'm having that random burst of energy. I'm tired of my old wardrobe and I fear that the flip isn't happening very quickly. When I edit, I'm noticing I'm still wearing the same thing all of the time. So for the next 5-ish hours, I'm gonna see how many tops I can make. I'm trying to make this a little bit more visually helpful and appealing. I put a couple things on a page. We're getting places, people. We're getting places. For our first project of the evening, we're going to be doing the Julianna corset dress, but as just a corset. I've wanted to do this since I was doing the sewing instructions to this around Christmas time, and I read in her sewing instructions that you could just make it as a corset itself. So I'm excited about that. The bust cups, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of adjustment on because I ain't got nothing here. I'm gonna need to remove probably some of the volume in the cup. These straps here, I want to do a cap sleeve. In fact, she actually did a cap sleeve that I'm going to copy her tutorial. She did that in another video and I'll link all of this down below. For the second project, I found this pattern because of Becca Burke here on YouTube. I think that this would be a great basic that I could wear to work. Long sleeve, short sleeve. I don't know if I could get away with the sleeveless, but the sleeveless is where I want to start because I think it'd be a great filming top. I've been wanting actually a top just like this, the sleeveless, for so long, but this is the perfect opportunity. Those are our two projects of the night. So with that, let's go. It's check-in time. I have been severely leaving you in the dark. I was feeling real confused and conflicted about connecting the side piece here because have you ever noticed that separating zippers are like never dainty, ever, or that cute? They're generally bulky, industrial, and like made for a jacket. I hunted high and low. I racked my brain on how I was going to get the side closure to close. One of the things that I thought of doing was that whole like, I think that they do it on wedding dresses a lot or something. So I thought about doing like the whole like pin and then like loop. The reason I ended up not doing this is because with both sides being like that, it was gonna create a gap, and I just thought that that seemed like a bad idea. I'm just now realizing that this probably would have been the best idea because this top is tight on me. Anyways, so that was in the running for the consideration. Or I tried to find the most dainty zipper I could, and that was not terrible, but not great. And then I thought, what about hook and eye closures? I went with the hook and eye closures. That took way longer to sew these on than I thought originally. I thought I would go with the thing that seemed the most fitting for the garment. Now I know how to sew hook and eye closures to things. Oh, and if you're curious what this is, I got this because I wanted to do some detailing on this, and then I just didn't do that because I didn't really know where I could work it in. Every place I kind of thought about working it in, just it didn't feel right, so I didn't do it. Now I'm working on the straps. I put this on, and in my head I'm like, it's a corset. It doesn't need straps. Though I wanted to do straps, structurally, this top needs straps. So the straps that come with the pattern are strips. And you just, you know, put it on, and it's fine. And I have to be so difficult. I want cap sleeves. This is the whole reason I wanted to make this top, was literally for the cap sleeves. And as we know, I don't want to just compromise on this project, on any of the projects. So I'm like trying to figure out how it's gonna look to put a little cap sleeve on a strap. I should probably look it up. Do a little Google image search. Because if I come to the conclusion it's gonna look dumb, then I shouldn't waste any more time. I'll just finish this. What I was gonna do, and if I do this, if not, this part's gonna get cut out of the video. So, if you're seeing this, this is my plan for the sleeve, cap sleeve. I have the sleeve pattern from the Notyourcherry pattern for the boat neck that I'm also making in this video, but I'm not using the sleeves. So I haven't put the pattern together. But my thought was, I'll just do this. I'll just, you know, put it on another, I'll just put it on the fabric or whatever. The house is shaking. I would cut it out, put it on some paper, re-sketch it, cut it out, and then need to split it because it's like a cap sleeve. I'm gonna follow a Coraline Street tutorial. I need to get really, really real with myself because I keep doing this thing where I tell myself, oh, this isn't gonna be that bad. I will finish this in an evening. And then it's like 4 evenings later. And I'm trying to be patient with myself, but it is hard. It's really hard. I'm gonna look up the images. I'm gonna decide. I'm probably gonna test it. I'm gonna attach straps. We'll talk later. It'd be nice if I had a better setup to talk to you guys, but this is what we've got for now. Don't mind all of this. This is, well, you'll see in the future, but for now, it's a mess, so ignore it as best as possible. I wanted to touch on like my final thoughts on the pieces because I didn't do that. For the corset top, I really like how it turned out. The sleeves, I left a lot of the fabric edges raw on the sleeve. I didn't really properly finish it. As we know, I hate trying to use my machine to finish edges of fabric. I need to figure that out, but until then, I avoid it. My thought was, worst case scenario, if these cap sleeves start to deteriorate, I'll just detach them, remake them, and then reattach them. But I'm not really worried about it. Another thing is, I don't really know what I could do differently for the closure part of this top. I don't really understand why the hook and eye closures are kind of like bubbling out, but I don't know. If you have any advice, please let me know in the comments. I'll try and do some research too and figure out how I can fix that better, but for now, I am very happy with this top. I love how it turned out. I think it looks really good. Not to like put myself up, but I feel like it looks pretty good. I learned from this project that stretchy fabric is not the easiest thing in the world to work with, and I'm not the best at it. I didn't really know how to finish off the sleeve area, the like armholes. I didn't know how to finish them off. I did this one by doing, like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically I had it all flipped inside out, and so you don't really have any like visible seam whatever. And then I did the same with the bottom down here, so that's all nice and enclosed and looks good. And then the armhole, I don't know if you can see all that, but it's just raw edge flipped under. I know that this fabric doesn't really fray very easily, so that was my kind of thought, is like, I'm not super worried about it. Working with stretch is not my favorite, but I want to get better at it. I don't know how to do that though, because I've done a lot of research. I've tried a lot of things. I have the proper foot, the proper needle. I pull a little bit when I sew, and I don't think it looks terrible, but I just think it could be better. I finally figured out the one and only stitch that works good for me, but I've never oiled my machine, and I kind of wonder if that needs to be done. I did buy oil for it, so we'll see. I just feel like it could be better, and so I'm not really sure what to do. I'll try and figure something out. All that aside though, I do really like this top. It's so soft, and I like the compression feel I get from it being double lined. So, I like it. Now, did I get all of these projects done in one day, one afternoon? No, I did not. It took me like 2 weeks or so. I don't know. Maybe 1 week. I'm gonna get better about my time management. So those were both of my projects. If you guys have any advice, any helpful comments or tips for working with stretch fabric that you found, or how to finish edges of fabric properly with a machine, because my machine, I swear, all zigzag stitches, it just like takes the fabric and it just crumples it together, and it's so frustrating. I am so over it. So if you have any advice along those lines, please comment it down below. I would love to hear it. And other than that, I don't think I really have anything else to say. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!